Sometimes we don't agree. On Niles, Michigan, that was one of the properties where I thought this one I like. I liked some of the curb appeal. I really, really liked the numbers. Natasha was like, absolutely not. This house needs too much work. It's raining through the ceiling, too much clutter, too much debris.
Yeah, it was heavy storm day before, so you enter the house and like it rains over just through the roof. Everything is wet, everything is moldy, spoiled food all over, fleas, probably so much trash. I found myself like embarrassed going through the trash. Oops, no door. Honey, how do we get in? It's in a rough shape, isn't it? I just think so.
The first one I want to talk about is the one in Niles, Michigan. That was a property in a location that I know pretty well. I've done quite a bit of business in the South Bend area and also Niles. And it was one of the properties we want to look at purchasing on our road trip adventure. Some cleanup will do it wonders, but the windows actually look okay. Did you bring tools, Ernest?
Oh, this one looks like a door. I believe it's too much work.
At first, when we went in to look at it, I thought the property was in pretty rough shape. Good neighborhood, good location as far as walking distance to downtown, and it seemed like an up-and-coming nice area already.
This house is 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths, 1,700 square feet. Located in Niles, Michigan, very close to downtown.
But why I like Niles, Michigan is because it's just across the border from South Bend, and it's kind of a low crime area. It just seems a little bit better area than South Bend in some ways. But also why I think Niles is an important market is Michigan passed the MMJ laws, and a lot of people went to Michigan just because of those laws, because of the new changes and how they allow MMJ market to kind of explode and flourish there. So I like it, the fact that people will go from South Bend and they'll go right across the border into Michigan.
Street is a little bit busy.
Secondly, I like the location as far as proximity to all the Chicago area and so forth. A lot of people are moving out of some of the bigger cities and going to these smaller towns, less expensive housing. That's another thing.
The house looks like it has water damage, but we need to evaluate how much damage it is if we still want to go in this transaction. Yeah, we're planning to purchase it, but we still want to see how it looks inside, how much we need to invest. I just checked the house across the street. It's for sale. 4 bedrooms, square footage is similar, it's in a good shape, it's listed for $155,000.
When we looked at the property, I actually liked it. I researched a little bit on the comps, and I'm like, I thought it would comp out about $150,000. We could get it for about $34,000, $35,000. And I thought roughly $40,000 to $50,000 in rehab. A big part of that was the cleanup and the roof. It needed some doors and exterior work done to the property, some lawn cleanup. It would have really made it a big difference. I liked it initially, and especially when the numbers comped out. Natasha did not like it. When we first looked at it, she immediately said, we're gonna pass, this property needs way too much work. But then when we started looking at the numbers closely, the numbers tell the story, that it's a property that we should be purchasing at that low 30s number.
So probably we have good potential here. Be careful. And I like it. I like it now. When I see it, it's disgusting. Disgusting!
When we went through the house, it had quite a bit of debris and junk, and it was boarded up. I mean, the one backside door was open, so we were able to go check it out.
Lots of water damage, roof is bad. Looks like spoiled food in the fridge. Nice, right, baby?
It's a good one. Natasha, you once said I like a challenge.
Yeah, as far as there is no structural and good foundation.
I actually don't think it's that bad. If you clean this up and get a roof on it, fix the windows and turn on the power, I think you could turn around and sell this without doing much. Just literally clean it up.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll go check upstairs.
There was a lot of debris, a lot of mattresses and kids' toys, so you just wonder how much stuff and debris people left there. It's kind of surprising. Clothes are not inexpensive. There was a ton of debris. I'm gonna guess that we probably have 3 30, 40-yard dumpster loads just full of clothing, debris, mattresses, and that type stuff. Approximate cleanup is gonna be about $35,000, $4,000 between dumpsters and getting manpower to clean out the property. If we actually get it cleaned up, just that fact of having no debris in the property is really gonna add value. Get power turned on, water turned on, get the property cleaned up where it's not so cluttered and full of debris. That is a big value add, and one of the things I talk about. Just by buying a property that's a foreclosure, getting water, power, and everything turned on and the property trashed out and cleaned up, that's gonna add a good, I like to say 20% value to the property right off the top.
Oh, there is one more level upstairs.
Nothing to see up here, it's just a little loft play area,
Okay.
like a kid's
So-
play area.
I don't really see three bedrooms. Do you see 3 bedrooms?
I mean, this is a big house. I think it's
It
bigger
is
square.
nice.
It's bigger square footage than what it says.
Excuse me. So 1 bedroom. This is primary. This is a second bedroom. This is what? This is more like closet office.
This is Breaking Bad. This is Breaking Bad.
Baby, it's all I need is this little hit.
Shut the hell up, you dumb skank. I'm trying to concentrate.
Ain't no skank.
Another one of the things that I really liked about the property in Niles, Michigan was it had a great big yard, very attractive, the neighborhood was good. Curb appeal really makes a difference. So you can look at the numbers sometimes on a house, but it's just an ugly house, doesn't have good curb appeal, doesn't have a nice yard, doesn't have a garage or even a spot to put a garage. This property had a really nice yard, good landscaping, good mature trees. That's something that it's like, you know, it's relatively inexpensive to add some curb appeal by just trimming some trees, planting some flowers, adding some vegetation to it. That was one of the selling features that I liked for that specific property in Niles.
Okay, let's check the foundation and get out of here. Where is entrance to the basement? Is it basement? No.
You know what makes it look bad, worse than what it is all the debris.
Yeah, and
But the floors aren't even sloped.
once you can see through the trash and see the numbers, well, money don't smell. So really, I agree with you at the end when I especially checked the sale price of the property across the street. I'm changing my mind. I think it's a nice house. It just needs a cleaning lady or cleaning guy. That was very exciting, and I said it's a good deal. We gotta get it.
Purchasing that house for roughly $34,000, it comps at $150. I actually think we can push that and do a nice job on the rehab. I think we can push in the upper 100s. So the numbers speak for themselves when it comes to a rehab. A lot of times don't just necessarily judge on, oh my gosh, it's terrible. Some of the very best deals that I've ever done are the ones that are really, really bad. Whether it be firehouses, mold houses, structural properties, the ones that where other people are looking and saying, oh my gosh, I want nothing to do with this property. You gotta look at the numbers, you gotta look at the numbers. That's just what makes sense. As far as the bones in the property in Niles, it had a really good foundation. It did need a new roof. We're gonna end up putting a new roof on it anyways. That will add value. We gotta trim back some of the trees that were damaging it and rubbing. That's another thing you can do. Just trimming trees is very inexpensive to do. Whether you keep it as a rental property or a flip, you don't want any vegetation rubbing on the roof because that'll quickly do damage with the wind blowing and trees rubbing on the roof, which was part of what caused the problem that there was actually kind of a hole in the roof. So we'll have to fix some roof decking and add that portion to it. But overall, the bones were very good on that property, which is why we elected to purchase it. For the foundation on that specific property, we walked the exterior to look and see if it's collapsing in or any cracks and settling. That house was very square that we just walked. So it looks rough, but the bones and foundation are solid on the property. Then when you look in the inside, you'll see deterioration or cracking or heaving in. Foundation issues are very expensive to fix. They can be fixed. Some of the better properties I've done had foundation issues. It's just quite an expensive undertaking to do the foundations and structural issues. So that's why I try to avoid them if possible, unless there's really a good spread.